fellow knitters. This is Mary Annarella of Lyrical Knits coming to you with a video tutorial for how to do a provisional cast on. I've actually shown people how to do this before, but within the context of a sweater neckline. So this is specifically for part of the Mystery Knit Along Only Yarn in the Building. So this is method number 1, where I say you have a couple of options. So this is the first one where you need 2 separate circular needles. One has to be your working needle. The other one can be longer, shorter. It could be a different size. It really will be okay if it's a slightly different size. I mean, I wouldn't use like a size 5 needle for your working needle and a size 10 for the second one, but a 6 or even a 7 should be fine if you don't have a second size 5. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do for this one is make your slip knot. So just make a slip knot, as you usually do, and put it on your working needle. Mine are actually both the same size, so I'm not gonna worry about it, but if yours are different, make sure you put the slip knot on your working needle. Tighten that up. Okay, we're not gonna worry about this end. That's just our little end that we'll have to deal with later, but this is our working yarn here, and this is just some scrap yarn I have. Hold your second needle underneath your working needle with a slip knot, and take your working yarn. Okay, notice that it's behind my bottom needle right there. So our slip knot is going to count as our first stitch. So I believe the directions tell you to cast on 25 stitches. So we already have 1. So here's how we count them. There's 1, or rather there's 2 now. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Notice that I do a complete revolution for a full stitch. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I need a little more space, so I'm going to scoot them down. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so here's my last one. This is important. Notice how that is coming from underneath both needles. I'm going to basically do a half C here, and I'll put my finger underneath it to hold it steady, but I'll put it not up and over both, but up over the bottom one and between the 2 needles like that, just to hold it secure. And plus, you'll see later on why that's important. Okay, now I'm going to hold on to my working needle. That's the needle on the top. And I'm going to pull through my lower needle. So I'm pulling my lower needle here with my right hand. It's kind of tight, but it's all right. Ah, there we go. Just like that. Now you're going to leave that there. Then you got to fish out the other end of your working needle. So I think I got it right here. And you go ahead and follow the directions. So we're going to knit the first row, and see, because I brought this between the 2 needles, now it's going to be easy for me to go behind and I won't drop a stitch. So there we go. There's 1, 2. Notice that I'm knitting basically into the back of the loop of the stitch here. It's because I don't want it to twist. Sorry for the noise, but it's the noise of my second needle hitting the little poster board background that I have here. All right. But again, it needs to be you could use a double point needle, but that's going to make it really tough on you. I think it's so much easier if you use a spare cable needle, circular needle, because then it gives you room to go ahead and get in there. And you're going to leave that circular needle there until you've at least finished this first row. I like to wait until I knit the second one. Okay, so there's my next to last stitch there. And my last stitch is that, come here, it's my little slip knot stitch. So I'm going to knit that. All right. So at this point, you actually could, I'd put a little point protector there, and you could actually thread some waste yarn through there right now. I like to get in a few more rows before I do that because it's kind of snug in there and I just worry a little bit. I would at least knit the second row before I went ahead and did that. But you'll replace this cable needle with waste yarn, and then these stitches will be free to work with later on, which is part of the mystery, and you will see then. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you for the next one and the next clue.